Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1644.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about SpaceX filing for a confidential IPO. According to Yahoo, SpaceX, the technology conglomerate founded by Elon Musk, reportedly filed disclosures confidentially with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission ahead of an IPO. SpaceX could see a valuation of $1.75 trillion, according to Bloomberg, which cited anonymous sources. Under SEC rules, a private company can file its IPO registration statement confidentially 15 days before it begins marketing its shares to public investors, allowing it to receive feedback from the agency in private. The company has also lined up an unusually large number of 21 banks to manage the mega IPO, internally codenamed Project Apex, Reuters reported Tuesday. The company expects to raise $75 billion, which would make it the largest IPO in history, far beyond oil giant Saudi Aramco's $29 billion listing in 2019. SpaceX has raised an estimated $10 billion as a private company. Founded in 2002, SpaceX is the world's leading space company, flying a fleet of reusable rockets and spacecraft, and operating a 10,000 satellite communications network, Starlink. Musk brought Silicon Valley culture to the staid world of space contracting and disrupted the sector, creating a new industry for private technology and a boom in space startups. In February, SpaceX acquired Musk's xAI in a deal that valued the entity at $1.25 trillion. The conglomerate now includes xAI, Musk's frontier generative AI lab, and X, the social network formerly known as Twitter. Musk said for years that SpaceX would not go public until its spacecraft had reached Mars, but a voracious demand for capital has changed that equation, even as the company has reset its ambitions to aim for the moon. In recent months, Musk has said the company will build a network of as many as 1 million data center satellites in space, built and launched from Earth's nearest neighbor. SpaceX needs billions to build Starship, the fully reusable heavy lift rocket that is central in future business plans and NASA's hope of beating China to the moon, to purchase spectrum and replenish its Starlink satellites as they become obsolete, and to pay for the compute required to build and operate xAI's deep learning models. When SpaceX eventually lists, Musk will become the first person to helm two separate trillion-dollar publicly traded companies. Musk is the world's richest person with a net worth of close to $840 billion, according to Forbes. Tesla, which Musk has counted on for the vast majority of his liquid wealth, has a market cap of around $1.4 trillion. While SpaceX still has numerous hurdles to clear to reach the public market and is anticipated to IPO in June, the offering, assuming it does happen, will be packed with superlatives, according to CNBC. SpaceX has received over $24.4 billion from its work with the federal government since 2008, according to FedScout, which researches federal spending and government contracts. That includes contracts from NASA, the Air Force, and Space Force, among other agencies. Over the course of 2025, SpaceX conducted 165 orbital flights and additional test flights of its new and massive Starship Super Heavy launch vehicle. Reena Agarwal, a professor of finance at Georgetown and an IPO expert, said that even with all the hype around Musk and SpaceX, the company still needs a receptive public market. Stocks have been volatile of late due largely to the U.S.-Iran war and spiking oil prices. The Nasdaq is coming off its steepest weekly drop in nearly a year. Agarwal said, "You can have a great company with great fundamentals and a lot of investor interest, and an IPO can still flop if the markets have turned south, if there's too much volatility in the market. Hopefully the current geopolitical situations will have cooled down by June, and there will be less uncertainty." Still, she anticipates a hefty dose of retail interest. "It's not like 5 other companies like this will go public in the next 5 years," she said. Anyone who wants more exposure to Elon Musk, this is their opportunity to get in. And by the way, I did a podcast about how to invest in SpaceX ahead of the IPO. It's podcast number 1599. And full disclosure, I am invested in SpaceX. So we'll continue to follow the story and see if SpaceX can maintain its June IPO offering. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.